Hi you. Welcome you to my YouTube channel. Today we will talk about how to teach a puppy to heel. Let's get started. Stage 1. Establish the heel position. What we're going to do is get the canine into the heel position, let him recognize that this is the position we are searching out and praise him for being there. We'll begin in a quiet room or backyard with no distractions, no other puppies, no kids, no toys, simply you and the canine. We won't be telling the canine to heel, he doesn't recognize what meaning yet. You don't want a leash. If you roll yourself so that your left-hand side is subsequent to a wall with simply sufficient space among you and the wall to accommodate the dog, it will help to hold him close to you and in the right function. Have deal with pot in a pocket or in a pouch clipped onto your belt. Hold a deal within each hand. With the dog in front of you, looking ahead to his deal with, place the right hand treat in the front of his nose, don't allow him to have it, and trap him around in the back of you until he can see the deal within your left hand. Tell your puppy, yes, as he moves into the heel position is on your left. And remember to deliver him the deal with from your left hand. Do this best 2 or 3 instances, then repeat without a deal with to your right hand. Show him the palm of your hand so he can see it's far empty, then perform the exact same motion you did when your hand had a trap in it. This hand, the one that held the lure, is now going to be a hand sign or heel cue. If the dog refuses to comply with the empty hand, repeat 1 time with a food lure, then strive again without. Over the following few repetitions, once your dog willingly follows your fake trap, you can trade your lure hand form so that rather than holding a pretend entice, it will become a simple pointing motion with 1 finger. Point around to lead your puppy to go around you. You point at the back of you and the dog goes around at the back of you and actions into the heel function. Lose the entice as speedy as you can to keep away from getting stuck with it. Most dogs will comply with the empty entice hand after the handiest 2 or 3 instances luring. Keep the use of the treats though. From the other hand, once the canine recognizes that whilst you factor your finger behind you he ought to pass into the heel roll, you can add the verbal heel cue. Just say heel, then factor. After or 3 times, just say heel and don't factor except he seems confused. He will quickly be whisking around behind you on the cue, heel. If you experience shaping, you may also establish the heel roll with the clicker heel technique. With my model of clicker heel, you pass the stationary stage and begin moving right away. You can find commands in this article. If you're luring, as soon as the dog will follow your hand signal into the heel position, you're geared up to begin moving. Stage 2. Walking your puppy at heel. This is ready coaching the canine to maintain his new heel position, even whilst you are moving forwards. It is critical no longer to transport to some distance to start with. We'll begin with just 1 step. Give your heel cue and as opposed to treating the canine along with your left hand immediately, take a leap forward and treat him as he movements to keep up with you. Once he movements with you, without any delay, progress to 2 steps. Getting those first steps right is the key to learn how to teach a puppy to heel successfully. Once you have your first steps you can build on them, but for now, those steps want your complete attention. Repeat, including distance very gradually, simply more than 1 more step to begin with, then 3 or 4. Treat the dog when you have hold the steps in and in the perfect position. Take several classes to get to 10 steps and don't try and add adjustments in a path at this point. Add a collar or a leash to teach your puppy to heel. To learn how to train your puppy to heel, you can use a collar or a leash for help. At this point you could add a collar and leash if you wish. It's 1 more component to think approximately, but you'll want it while you go out and about in public so that you must upload it at some point. Just walk some paces with the canine at heel. Pop his collar and leash on, and stroll some more. No fuss, no exchange in the way you behave aside from that. If it doesn't trouble him, let the leash trail to begin with so that you don't have to worry about what your palms are doing. Combining with leash train your puppy, you can teach your pup to heel more easily. Change the direction while walking your pup. Once your canine can stroll to heel in a straight line for 10 paces, you may begin to introduce a few modifications in direction. Take steps then forestall. Then rotate 1/4 turn for your left or proper. Treat the dog for any try to rotate with you, he'll get better at this, then set off in the new path. Once you may do this, you could make little squares with or 3 steps every side. What should you do if you stop walking? Walking to heel isn't pretty much motion, of course, it's about leash manners and approximately your dog being targeted on you as opposed to doing his own factor. Your dog shouldn't leave the heel position just due to the fact you change path or forestall and talk to someone. Holding the heel position while you are stationary is a vital talent and one you need to practice. Many people train their puppy to sit down each time they prevent moving forwards, and this is fine. If you practice strolling 10 paces and stopping, ask your dog for a sit, and then deal with him in the take a seat position, you'll soon be capable of drop the take a seat cue and your canine will sit down automatically every time you prevent. This is all thoroughly on your kitchen or yard, of course, but what about whilst you move into the real world? How do you make sure your canine will maintain taking walks to heel, even if there are distractions about? Stage 3, adding distractions. The final stage to learn how to teach a puppy to heel is adding distractions. Walking to heel to your yard or in a quiet field is a completely one-of-a-kind count from strolling to heel beyond the faculty gates, or in which other dogs are gambling. Your dog isn't always naughty if he can't do this yet. He is normal. The heel doesn't mean stroll to heel anywhere. At this point it means stroll to heel within the yard. You have to teach him that it also means stroll to heel past those human beings playing frisbee, and that takes time. So be affected person with him and with yourself. How to feature distractions successfully? There are lots of methods in which dogs learning to walk to heel can easily get distracted. Changes in the surrounding environment want to be tacked first. Moving from hall to kitchen or vice versa, and from indoors to outdoors. Be aware of how thrilling doors and gateways can be. Dogs need to practice to be able to walk to heel via a doorway, especially if they companion what's on the other facet with pleasure. You are thinking, I'll just open this door. But your dog is thinking, OMG, OMG, we are going for a walk. And before you realize it, you are being dragged down the direction again. Use high-value rewards, roast fowl as good, and treat the dog generously each step or two to hold attention targeted on you the first few instances you heel him via your lawn gate into the roadway outside. Put some distance between your puppy and the distractions. In successful dog training we add distractions by diluting them or making them much less strong to start with. One manner to do this is to position a long way between your canine and the distraction. Another is to try and manage the intensity of the distraction. For example, your canine won't be able to walk to heel at the same time as your youngsters kick a soccer about just yet. He is probably able to walk to heel beyond a single baby conserving a soccer. If he can, treat him and practice this. Then get the kid to place the ball at the ground, then to roll the ball gently around with his foot, and so on. If you aren't sure whether or not your dog will succeed, attempt to make the venture a bit easier. Training will go faster in the long run. Increase the power of the distractions. Gradually boom the energy and excitement degree of distractions, rewarding your canine for achievement, and decreasing the depth if it smiles too much for him. This is what all successful canine running shoes do. They steadily grow the task to that the canine succeeds maximum or all of the time. Building success upon achievement. When it comes to puppies that love other puppies, you will enjoy the assist of a chum with an incredibly calm canine. Teach your dog to walk to heel beyond her canine at the same time as it smiles sitting at her aspect. Then whilst she walks her canine up and down a long way away. Build up regularly to walking at heel proper past the opposite dog. Remember that a new vicinity is a distraction too, and if we're to add distractions such as humans and puppies one at a time, the high-quality chance of fulfillment is through introducing them at home inside the familiar location in which you've been training so far. That manner you won't in addition complicate matters via introducing new locations along these other elements of difficulty. If you don't have a pal to do that with, you'll need to discover a good modern dog education elegance, in which you can work with other puppies underneath managed conditions. Conclusion on teaching a puppy to heel. To learn how to teach a puppy to heel is one of the most important tasks for any dog owner. And it is totally possible once you start setting a plan to follow. Remember that your puppy will learn more quickly if he is clear what you expect from him. And make sure you have a lot of high-value rewards, to begin with. Master each training stage among the previous 3 before moving on to the next. You will surely get the best way to teach a puppy to heel. For more dog obedience training sharing, I would like to share with you the great present from Doggy Dan. This is to totally free training series video to obedience train your puppy. With those training tips he suggested, you can make your pup to listen to your order quickly and effectively. Click here to get yours now. Leave your comment below. And follow me for more knowledge. Thank you.